Today's video is about the pop song Truth Hurts by Lizzo. And if you're wondering why I would be talking about that on this channel, I can't wait to tell you, because the first time I heard this song, I had no idea that I was going to be making a video about it. There was no reason why I would make a video about it. But this is why I love content more than anything else, and why it's my favorite thing to do is because as I learned more about the song, I realized it is something that is so relevant to what I talk about on the channel. So I'm wearing my Art is Business t-shirt today. I sell these. If you want one, I'll put the link in the description box. I sell them on Teespring. If you've ever bought anything from Teespring or you know about that, that is where you can get one of these. The store over there is just called Revision Period as well. And so the how Truth Hurts was made and how it became a very popular song is such a great example of not just creativity, but creativity merged with business and sort of the business of creativity. So there will also be links in the description box to these other videos that I came across on YouTube that talked about how the song was made. And one, Lizzo herself explains it, and one is from her producer, who she collaborated with on the song. And the way that they describe it is so perfect. I don't want to get into a lot of details because I'm not going to do it justice. But I'll sort of give you the timeline, because the timeline is really pertinent to how the creative process works and how creative business works. And the truth of it, that hurts, which kind of ties everything together. So the song was written in 2017. I guess I should make a disclaimer that if you don't like swearing, don't listen to the song and don't listen to those videos. I'm not going to swear here, because I'm terrified of YouTube and I don't want to get flagged. So I try to keep that out of my videos. But so yeah, before I get into the lesson, I guess that's a good disclaimer. So in 2017, the artist, her name is Lizzo, she was going through something rough. And she went into the studio when she didn't want to, and she started venting to her producer, her music collaborator, who was just like jotting down these great one-liners that she was saying that she didn't even realize she was saying. But he was kind of like, I think I really understand how he was hearing it and kind of like, this is gold. Even though she was very upset about, a personal experience that she was going through. So he started writing down all the stuff that would become the lyrical content of the song. And Lizzo's a singer and a rapper. And they put the song together. This is in 2017. And it did all right with her audience. I first heard about her, or I saw a profile of her on another YouTube channel called Style Like You that I've watched for a long time. And they did a profile of her in 2014. And so that's how I heard about her as a musical artist. I talked about in one of my videos recently how, just all of the YouTube that I consumed before I actually started posting my videos. And that was a channel that I watched a lot. And so that's how I heard about her. And then 2017, Truth Hurts comes out. They released a music video. And it did all right. And then it just sat there for 2 years. People who knew about it. And that was it. And then it's 2019 now. And earlier 2019, the song was featured in a movie on Netflix. And that was a really big turning point because it just gained widespread popularity. The song that, from the artist's perspective, had been out for 2 years. All of a sudden, people know who it is, and it shot her up to stardom. She's everywhere. If this is the first time you're hearing about her, I don't want to say I'm surprised, but I've really just been seeing more, and maybe because I'm looking for it, but I've just been seeing so much more of her, like more press things about her and her story. And so I've heard so many other stories, and I've even experienced this myself in You do the work and then you wait for the opportunities. But once the opportunities are there, you've done the work to prove yourself. There are a couple of great examples in here. One, she didn't hold back or second guess herself when she was writing this really personal song. There wasn't I'm just being stupid right now and I'm just being emotional. It was from the heart. It was heartfelt. She didn't realize she was being funny, from what I can tell. She was really just going through something. And the song is funny and it's heartfelt, and I think that combination really gets a lot of people. I find the song really poppy and catchy. And so she didn't second guess herself. She didn't hold herself back when she was releasing something so personal. She did follow through and release it. And then the next stage of that is the opportunities aren't always there when you release your work immediately. But every piece of work is part of your portfolio so when the right opportunity does come along, you can say, hey, look, I've already done this work. This is why I'm a perfect match for what you need. What I want to say is that, as an example, was Netflix didn't ask her to write that song for that movie. It's featured in this movie where these two girls who are, I think, going through kind of like what the lyrical content of the song is. I haven't seen the movie, but I've seen the clip. I'll link the clip below too. There's these two girls like dancing around in a kitchen to the song, and they're sort of really feeling the emotions that Lizzo is going through in the song. They didn't ask Lizzo to write the song for that movie. They don't have time to do that. They're putting out their stuff. But they were looking for the perfect song, and they only got it. They only got to put it in the movie because it already existed. And so it's like she didn't have to prove herself. She had written the song and put it out 2 years ago, and it was the perfect fit. And so you do the work without any immediate expectation, and that's so much about building a creative career, is you have to do the work when nobody else is looking, when nobody's paying attention, because that is how you prove yourself to be qualified when an opportunity does come along. I'm going to say that again. You do the work in private because that becomes how you prove yourself when an opportunity comes along. You can't look at a job ad and, let's just say back in the day where you like call the person, because now it's all online. You can't just say, hey, I like this job, I'm perfect for it. You have to have something to show for it in some form of experience. And when it's creative work, it is your portfolio, and it's what you've done, and it's who you've worked with and the relationships that you formed. And that's everything that goes into creativity and creative business. And so you have to start doing that without any without anyone asking you to. So I do encourage you to watch the links below if you don't mind swearing, because it is you'll get way more behind the scenes than what I talked about today, but it's the truth of it. It's how creative business works. I'm trying to think if I can't think of them off the top of my head, but I remember, I'm just to keep with the thing of pop songs, like over the years, like I've heard Lady Gaga talk about stories like this. Like screenwriters too, there's so many stories of, well, I did the work and it just sat there for a while. But then when that opportunity came along years later, I had something to show that would prove I was a good match for that opportunity. So you create opportunities for yourself by doing work that nobody asks you to do, and people might not see the work for a while, but it is there, and that is how you grow a creative career. And it's slow, and it can be painful at times, but it is the truth of it. It is the truth of it. So yeah, that is why I wanted to talk about that song today. If you're not already subscribed to the Revision Trade channel, click the red subscribe button below the video. I talk more about growing a creative career, writing tips. They're longer now. Which I'm going to talk about soon. So make sure you tap the notification bell so that you get a new note when I publish videos on Wednesdays. And if you like Truth Hurts, Truth Hurts So Good, give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you next week.